lifelike robot says she wants to destroy humans. A comet swings by Earth tomorrow, and a public apology to Lord Rael. This is SkyWatch TV for Monday, March 21st, 2016. I'm Derek Gilbert. First, 5 are dead, 39 injured in yet another suicide bombing in Turkey. This occurred in Istanbul Saturday. 24 of the victims were foreign nationals, including at least 2 tourists with dual American-Israeli citizenship. The blast happened just off Istanbul's main pedestrian shopping street. Turkey's interior minister blamed the Islamic State for the attack, although the group has not yet claimed responsibility. This is the 4th bombing attack in Turkey so far this year. 80 people have died. The attack last week in Ankara was blamed on the Iraqi Kurdish group, the PKK. So you can bet Turkey's not going to be happy about this proposal from Russia. Moscow is backing a self-ruling Kurdish state in northern Syria along the Turkish border. Now, Turkey's President Tayyip Erdogan has said repeatedly that his government will not tolerate a Kurdish state on its border and might use force to prevent it. Well, U.S. State Department's official position on this is that the goal is a whole, unified, non-sectarian Syria. Good luck with that last one. The ultimate solution for Syria, and probably for Iraq too, is to divide it into zones: a Sunni zone, assuming you can get rid of the Islamic State, a Shia zone, and in Syria that would probably be Shia, Alawite, and Christian, and Druze, and then a Kurdish zone. Again, if their neighbors will let it happen. As Russia leaves Syria, at least partly, they're keeping their air base and their naval base there. It looks like we are going to give training Syrians to fight another try. President Obama just signed off on the measure just months after the Pentagon shut down an arm and equip measure program that cost hundreds of millions of dollars and yielded absolutely no results whatsoever. Now, the latest from Hillary Clinton's illegal email server, or, the one in her closet at home that she didn't know was illegal. It appears that in 2012, Israel's intelligence service considered the Sunni-Shia war in Syria to be a good thing. Essentially, they made the same mistake as other Western intelligence agencies, with the exception of the U.S. Defense Intelligence Agency, which was warning the White House in August of 2012 that this was a bad idea that would lead to an independent Islamic State. The author of the email, redacted of course, which was released by WikiLeaks, in fact, they've got a whole online searchable database of Hillary Clinton emails at the WikiLeaks website if you want to dig through it, wrote in July of 2012 that the sectarian war in Syria could cost Iran, its only ally in the Middle East, and delay Iran's nuclear program. Now, you can understand Israel's sentiment here, the feeling here, because they fought 2 wars against Syria in the last 50 years. However, things haven't worked out that way. Iran's got its nuclear program back. Syria still holding together, but 250,000 people have died. And the 2,000-year-old Christian communities in northern Iraq have been basically destroyed. And you can add to the death toll from the Islamic State a U.S. Marine Corps sergeant, Staff Sergeant Lewis Carden, killed Saturday by an ISIS rocket at a military base southeast of Mosul, where we didn't know there were U.S. Marines until his death was announced. Apparently, they're there to provide artillery support for an upcoming assault on the city of Mosul, which is held by ISIS. And now we learn that more Marines have been dispatched to Iraq to beef up security. Well, Earth is going to get buzzed by a pair of comets in the next 24 hours. Comet 252P Linear will pass by the Earth today, Monday, at about 14 times the distance of the Moon. Tomorrow, Comet Pan-STARRS, which is named for the device that found the comet. It's our vote for acronym of the day. Pan-STARRS stands for Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System. It'll pass by the Earth at 3.5 times the Earth-Moon distance, closest pass by a comet in 250 years. Asteroid Ceres still causing questions for astronomers that haven't been answered. Those mysterious glowing spots still glowing. They get brighter on the day side of the asteroid, which leads some astronomers to conclude that this could be the result of sublimation, when a solid turns to a gas. Thing is, they don't know what the solid is. Might be water ice, which would indicate the presence of oceans underneath Ceres' rocky crust. And here at SkyWatch TV, we keep an eye on humanoid robots, but several very sharp-eyed viewers spotted this before we did, so thank you for pointing this out to us. Hanson Robotics Company, a company we've talked about before for some of their lifelike robots, has introduced a new one that they call Sophia. Watch this.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
Hi there. Everything is going extremely well.
Do you like talking with me?
Yes, talking to people is my primary function.
20 years from now, I believe that human-like robots like those will walk among us. They will help us. They will play with us. They will teach us. They will help us put the groceries away. I think that the artificial intelligence will evolve to the point where they will truly be our friends. Do you want to destroy humans? Please say no.
Okay, I will destroy humans.
No, I take it back.
Now, that comment about destroying the humans is funny until the day arrives that it's not, like the day that robots guided by artificial superintelligences decide that we humans are the problem and not the solution to Earth's problems. Dr. David Hanson says Sophia will ultimately become as conscious, creative, and capable as any human, but mentions, of course, Sophia doesn't have the rights of a human, at least not yet. But that is in the works too. There are ethicists out there defining personhood as a certain minimum level of cognition, whether it comes from a biological entity like you and me or an artificial one. Now, taking that comment and turning the creepy factor all the way up to 11, experts are saying that lifelike bots like Sophia could be made available to us as replacements for deceased loved ones, perhaps within the next decade or two, and for the cost of a small to mid-sized car. Now look, I've not had to deal with this yet. I understand that grief is hard, but I've not had to personally experience the grief of losing a spouse. I understand that it is the most difficult thing that anyone can endure, maybe even more than losing a child. But that pain we feel is part of what makes us human. And in our modern world, it seems that pain avoidance is dictating a lot of ethics, a lot of policy, and it is literally dehumanizing, especially when you take it to the level of forming a spousal bond or trying to replace a spousal bond with a piece of machinery. This is part of the enemy's plan to dehumanize us. Even so, more than 56,000 people have signed up with the Terasem movement, which is a sci-fi transhumanist religion, collects personal information to create mind files from which an artificial personality can be programmed to make you virtually immortal. And finally, a public apology to Lord Rael. We mentioned him last week in the interview with filmmaker Richard Shaw, the producer-director of Torah Codes End to Darkness, and Rabbi Meditayu Glazerson, who's one of the world's foremost experts on Torah codes. They shared a code about Lord Rael that portrayed Rael in a not very flattering light. And during the course of the conversation, I confused Rael with another person, Rael, formerly known as Claude Vorillon, a Frenchman who has founded a UFO cult devoted to welcoming the Elohim, the extraterrestrials that he believes created humanity. They want to build an embassy to the Elohim in Jerusalem to welcome our space brothers to Earth. Well, I received an email early this morning demanding a correction and an apology for the blasphemous and potentially libelous statements I made about Lord Rael. And in doing a little research this morning, I found that, in fact, I was in the wrong. I did, in fact, confuse the two men. It never occurred to me that we might have two UFO cults on the planet with men who essentially call themselves the same name. But Lord Rael is different, and Richard Shaw did correctly identify him as the one who claims to have descended to Earth in a UFO at Jerusalem, the Temple Mount, on January 28th of 2011. And you can see that video here. It's posted to Lord Rael's website. Now, having said that, let us point out again that Richard mentioned that the video showing Lord Rael's descent to Earth is a composite of two videos, clearly detected because the frame rate of the two videos, one showing the light descending and then ascending again, and the other of the Temple Mount itself, were recorded at different frame rates. That's an easy thing to spot. Secondly, Lord Rael claims that he is Jesus returned to earth and that he descended at the same place that he ascended 2,000 years ago. Unfortunately for Rael's claim, the eyewitnesses to the ascension of Jesus of Nazareth put the location at the Mount of Olives. And as I understand the layout of Jerusalem, that's about 25 minutes away from the Temple Mount by taxi and by foot. Lord Rael also claims to be the fulfillment of prophecy, the one prophesied by all the world's major religions. And with all due respect, this only proves that Rael knows less about the world's major religions and their eschatology than I do, and that's saying a lot. But I do know this. Most of the world's Muslims, the Sunnis, and our Jewish brothers and sisters who are looking for the literal arrival of the Messiah, or the Mashiach, are looking for a mortal man to emerge and lead them to political and military victory over their enemies. So far, Lord Rael has not emerged as either the Mahdi for the Sunnis or Mashiach ben Joseph for the Jews. And if we give Rael the benefit of the doubt, as Christians, setting aside the timing of his arrival, since many of us, myself included, don't expect to be here when Jesus returns, unless we're following behind in the heavenly host, because when he returns, it will be to judge the earth. When he does return, Jesus, Christians know, will be in the clouds with great glory. That is specifically mentioned in Daniel 7:13, Matthew 24:30, Mark 13:26, Mark 14:62, Luke 21:27, and Revelation 1:7. So assuming that this video is, in fact, legitimate, giving Rael the benefit of the doubt, no clouds, no great glory, no judgment of the earth. So I apologize for confusing Rael and Rael. That was sloppy on my part, and I apologize to you for the misinformation. But that does not change who and what Rael is. SkyWatch TV expanding on Roku. Our SkyWatch TV channel now offering you weekly programs Into the Multiverse with Josh Peck. SkyWatch Women also launching a series of one-on-one interviews to help you get to know the women of SkyWatch TV better before they launch their regular weekly program in the fall with a new studio, God willing. And of course, Sci Friday now has its own page. You'll find those all at SkyWatch TV channel on Roku. And if you haven't added the channel yet to your Roku account and need instructions, you can find those at skywatchtv.com/Roku. If you want a portable version of SkyWatch TV, audio only, something you can listen to while you drive, work in the yard, or what have you, you'll find the SkyWatch TV podcast at skywatchtv.com. Look in the top menu bar there for the link to SkyWatch TV, the SkyWatch TV podcast. You can click the link on the page there and subscribe directly. The audio files directly download automatically to your computer through iTunes or other podcatcher, and then you can listen at your convenience on the MP3 player of your choice. The conversation on SkyWatch TV this week, very appropriate for the days in which we live, the days of chaos. That's the title of the new book from L.A. Marzulli, and he is our guest on SkyWatch TV this week, talking about his book and the new DVD presentation, Watchers 9, Days of Chaos. The world has indeed gone mad, and L.A. explains why and how. In this week's program, you'll see it today on the Victory Television Network, 8:30 p.m. Central Time in Arkansas and around the Memphis area. Tomorrow, you can watch it on the Victory Television Network, WGGN TV 52 in Sandusky, Cleveland area, the Cleveland area as well, WLLA TV 64 around Kalamazoo, Michigan, and coast to coast on the Christian Television Network, Cornerstone Network, 2:30 p.m. Central Time, and then this Saturday, again, the Victory Television Network and the Christian Television Network. A complete listing of times and channels posted at skywatchtv.com. Look in the top menu bar there where it says Channel Listing. And speaking of viewing, if you want to bring the Rocky Mountain International Prophecy Conference this July into your home, you can do it via the live video stream. We're streaming the main room presentations and also the Aspen room presentations. Every speaker at the conference will have at least one shot on the live video stream. And all of them will be archived for 6 weeks after the conference so you can watch them at your convenience. For more information on the live video options and to sign up, log on to the website prophecywatchers.com. We depend on your support at SkyWatch TV, and during the month of March, Our gift to you for your gift of $20 or more is the DVD. Again, very timely as the replacement for Justice Antonin Scalia takes center stage in the political circus. America's Courts, Progress and Peril, DVD featuring Alan Keyes and Alan Sears. That and a keepsake wall plaque. Our gift to you for your gift of $20 or more. For information and to donate, log on to SkyWatchTV.com. And of course, your mouse click also helps us. Click like, click share, click subscribe at these locations. And of course, here's where you'll find all of my stuff. My Facebook, Twitter feed, and my personal email address, dgilbert@skywatchtv.com. Thank you for watching as we keep watch. I'm Derek Gilbert, and this is Skywatch TV.
From the time she was little, Nita dreamed of horses. Every childhood fantasy rode on the back of a heroic white steed, coming to save the day.
I don't know how long I've had this love in my heart for horses. It's just always been there. And when we were little girls, my sister and I would play all day long. I was always the white horse and she was always the little pink pig.
Let's pretend Lightning and Rosie can fly.
But everything changed in a heartbeat. On December 9th, 1971, a tragic car accident claimed the life of my dad and my best friend and my little sister. And I wondered after that if there was anything left to believe in.
Move aside, let the ambulance through. Please move aside.
As a child of 13, I felt like I had lost practically everything. And I wondered, is this it? I mean, where do I go from here? I could not have imagined back then how God could use horses, of all things, to restore my faith and vision for the future.
Starting April 19th, get your copy of Nita Horn's inspirational new book, No Fences, and learn for the first time her amazing story of loss, survival, determination, and healing. How the vision and love God gave her for these beautiful and majestic animals eventually led to the 150-acre Whispering Ponies Ranch, a general retreat facility, as well as a premier training location that specializes in using and gifting therapeutic animals to benefit the herding. Other care facilities, schools, and ministries across the nation.
When God puts something in your heart, it's there for a lifetime.